The staff at a certain Chick-fil-A in Georgia were on first-name terms with one elderly couple. That's because the twosome, Bobbie and Richard, usually visited the restaurant twice a week. So when they failed to turn up for their regular meals for months on end, employees knew something was wrong. Lindsay Naramore McGuffey lives in Griffin, Georgia, as do her grandparents, Bobbie and Richard. Needless to say, McGuffey loves her elderly relatives dearly. However, she recently discovered that she wasn't the only one to care for the older couple. Twice a week, the couple visited their local Chick-fil-A fast food restaurant. As a result, staff there came to know Bobbie and Richard and eventually grew rather fond of them. And according to McGuffey, workers did all they could to ensure that her grandparents were happy. Writing on Love What Matters page, McGuffey explained they would set their table with flowers on special occasions, give them their orders and say, "It's on me" some days. They went above and beyond for my sweet grandparents. So with this in mind, when the elderly couple suddenly stopped frequenting the restaurant, staff grew concerned. And when they didn't see Bobbie and Richard for a few months, they really became worried. As a result, they decided to track them down. From their regular interactions, the Chick-fil-A staff knew that many of Bobbie and Richard's children and grandchildren worked at local schools. As a result, they reached out to teachers, but without their cherished customers' surnames, their inquiries soon drew a blank. However, the dedicated staff members didn't give up, and by contacting local churches and schools, they were finally able to track the couple down. So one day, they turned up at the grandparents' home to surprise them with their favorite foods. According to McGuffey, the thoughtful staff members had remembered everything about her grandparents' order, down to salad dressings and how many packages of nuts they like on their salads. And what's more, they'd driven for more than half an hour to deliver the food in person. When McGuffey heard about how the Chick-fil-A workers had gone the extra mile for her loved ones, she was understandably moved. "I cried," she admitted online. "To me, my grandparents are saints. But when I see other people love them and care for them just as much, it's so special." McGuffey added, "The part that touched my family the most was seeing the impact my grandparents had on people they encountered every day, and seeing those people go the extra mile just to see them. Not because they had to, but because it's in their hearts. They wanted to. The food was just an added bonus." Explaining her grandparents' sudden absence from Chick-fil-A, McGuffey said, "Recently my granddaddy's health has diminished. He's overcoming a lot, making tons of progress, and is doing much better." But despite Richard's progress, he was still not fit enough to resume his twice-weekly fast food dates with his wife. They haven't been to Chick-fil-A in months, McGuffey revealed. He hasn't been able to physically get up and go to his favorite restaurant to see his favorite staff. But Bobbie and Richard needn't have worried, because when they couldn't make it to Chick-fil-A, staff members decided to bring the restaurant to them. And McGuffey couldn't have been more grateful to them. Expressing her gratitude online, McGuffey wrote, "Thank you, Griffin, Georgia Chick-fil-A, for being beyond generous and giving during this difficult time. I'm blown away by what I witnessed today." She added, "This is a moment that will forever be embedded into this family's hearts and minds. The food was eaten and gone that day, but the impact this had will last a lifetime. There are angels on this earth. Keep your eyes open for the good through all the bad in the world." As an added bonus, the Chick-fil-A workers' kind gesture reminded McGuffey how lucky she was to have her grandparents. "That night, this was all my granddad could talk about. I sat and listened to him, and all I could think was how lucky I was to have him be my granddaddy," she wrote on Facebook. Reflecting on her elderly relatives' lovable demeanors, McGuffey added, "My grandparents' presence is something that everyone takes notice of no matter where they go, and the kind people at Chick-fil-A were no exception." Soon enough, it emerged that McGuffey wasn't the only one impressed with the Chick-fil-A staff's loyalty to their customers. After posting her grandparents' story online, it quickly went viral, earning more than 1,000 reactions on Facebook in a matter of days. Many social media users took the opportunity to congratulate those involved in the good deed. However, Lana Brown DeLay, who was among the Chick-fil-A staff to surprise Bobbie and Richard, said the pleasure was all theirs. In the comments below McGuffey's Love What Matters post, DeLay said, "I didn't need any recognition." She added, "This is the sweetest couple, and CFA of Griffin love them and miss seeing them very much. It's our honor to know this sweet family. We're blessed by Mr. Richard and Mrs. Bobbie. Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.